We start 5:30 with a major Supreme Court decision ruling that the Department of Justice overstepped its bounds with an obstruction charge used to prosecute hundreds of accused rioters in the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
And this could impact hundreds of January 6th cases. CBS's Erica Brown has more on what this means and how it could impact former President Donald Trump.
In a 6-3 ruling, the Supreme Court made it harder to charge defendants in the Capitol riot with obstruction.
What the majority is saying here is it can't just be walking in and engaging in a riot. It has to be tied to some sort of document destruction.
Conservative Justice Amy Coney Barrett issued a stinging and somewhat surprising dissent.
She says, or otherwise means you tried to corruptly impede a official proceeding, and a riot is enough to do that.
Former Harrisburg, Pennsylvania police officer Joseph Fisher brought the case, his lawyer arguing federal prosecutors were using the Enron-era law as a dragnet. The top House Republican voiced approval of the ruling.
Effectively, the court agrees that a number of the defendants in the January 6th proceedings have been overcharged.
The impact is already being felt on the D.C. docket, with more cases being ordered for review and deadlines as soon as next week. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland expressed disappointment and pointed out in a statement the vast majority of the more than 1,400 defendants will not be affected by this decision. There are no cases in which the department charged a January 6 defendant only with the offense at issue in Fisher. The ruling could impact part of former President Trump's federal election case.
I will be shocked if Special Counsel Jack Smith does not have court papers ready to say that he can still charge former President Trump with obstruction, arguing that he was trying to interfere with the counting and the counting of those state electoral votes, which were paper, which were evidence.
The court also announced its last day of the term is Monday, when watchers can expect a decision in Trump's immunity case. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
Now to a couple of other Supreme Court rulings. The justices cut back on the power of federal agencies to interpret the rules and regulations set by congressional law. They gave the courts more power to interpret those rules. The Supreme Court also sided with an Oregon town that imposes civil punishments on people sleeping in public spaces. That could make it easier for cities and towns to remove encampments used by people with no permanent housing.